Chris Andre is unveiling the day's catch. So far it looks good, especially from this pond. Like many crawfish producers, he has his preference for crawfish to eat. For him, it's as simple as the rule of thumb.
Tell everybody, that's the number. That's a good crawfish. You give me that thumbs up crawfish, and I'm good. That size right there. That's what you want.
Andre says the catch is finally up in March. He says last month wasn't bad temperature-wise, but weather was still an issue.
I think what affected us most size-wise is in February. We probably had 3 or 4 weeks there where we had a lot of cloudy weather. The temperatures weren't very cold, but for me, sunlight is the thing that gets those crawfish growing and going. It's been steady the past couple of weeks. We've seen some numbers, picking up with the warm weather, the good sunshine.
While the crawfish is coming in well, the demand for it is slower. That's led to price drops, which have made some days not worth catching.
The price dropped 50 cents from $3 to $2.50 a week earlier than it did last year. So that affected us, and we kind of started looking at, $2.50, we're still doing well from $3. Then it dropped again a couple weeks ago to $2, and now it's down. It changed yesterday to $1.50. So, we're really getting squeezed as far as prices are concerned.
And it's not just the price drops, but how fast it can drop. 50 cents in a day makes it difficult for farmers to keep going. And at that price, Chris says, even with great catches, he can't make up for it in volume at times.
I always say that farmers are resilient people, but resiliency also wears thin. You just sometimes you got to take a deep breath and kind of forget about it and just keep moving along, because it does get, when you start putting a pencil to the paper, the margins go down. Every time that happens, the crawfish, the catch has got to go up a lot, but the problem is people also aren't buying that catch. So you're still running in, it's a double-edged sword. You're running into a low price, and you got all this extra crawfish on the market that no one's buying, so the price just continues to go down.
Now, crawfish isn't the only commodity the Andre brothers produce. They also farm sugarcane, rice, and soybeans. And yet, even with all that diversification, overhead costs have risen across the board for all commodities, making it difficult to farm no matter what you produce. The appetite for crawfish is still there, but whether or not crawfish producers can afford to provide them is another matter entirely. Reporting from St. Martin Parish, I'm Neil Melancon.
Typically in Louisiana in March, prices begin to decline as crawfish become more available due to the warmer weather. And we're pretty much seeing that when compared to the prices we brought you last time. Looking at crawfish prices from across the state, this week we start in Baton Rouge at Tony's Seafood with live crawfish coming in at $3.37 per pound and boiled at $4.99 a pound. Next we go down south to Houma at Wine Island Seafood with live crawfish at $2.79 per pound and boiled at $5.69 per pound. And finally we go up north to Houghton at Crawfish Palace with live crawfish at $2.25 a pound and boiled at $4.98 a pound. These crawfish prices are brought to you by the Louisiana Crawfish Promotion and Research Board, which reminds you to always eat Louisiana crawfish. And if you're not sure, ask before you eat.